we're live. What is this, Lady Ada?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to our weekly show and tell. It's me, Lady Ada, with me, Mr. Lady Ada, and this is your chance to show us your awesome project, your cosplay, your electronics, your crafting, your making, your hacking, whatever it is that you're working on. We'd love to see it. We do this every single week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're here at the Adafruit Factory, but what we really want to hear about is what you're working on. So let's start off with Tony DeCola, and then Pedro, and then we'll call on people. Mute your mics until we call on you, then you can unmute it. Take 3 minutes to show off your project. We got to get out of here at 7:55. Kick it off, Tony D.
Hey, yeah, so just real quick, a few little things to show. So I just did a live stream on this Circuit Playground literally like an hour ago. So I've looked at using Circuit Playground and the Fermata firmware, which is your computer controlling Circuit Playground, with Adafruit I/O. So I hooked it up to a dashboard, and with a slider you can turn the lights on and off because it's got 10 neopixels on the board, or change the color. So real good example. It'll be up on YouTube later tonight because I've got to upload it after this. So check that out. And then Monday I looked at this thing called Volumio on the Raspberry Pi, which is a really neat audio distribution. And I showed off this guy, which is some old retro tech. And you might be thinking, oh man, Tony's going to hack up a 1930s radio. But if you look on the side here, this is a feature that a radio from 1930s did. That's a tape deck. So this was a 1999 reproduction of a 1930s style radio. So I've opened it up. What I'm going to do is put a Raspberry Pi inside of here and make it into like an audio player. I'm thinking like load it up with old time radio, you know, that kind of stuff. So and use like the tuning dial. It's got these beautiful, you know, dials and knobs and things on here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good reproduction.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to, you know, be able to use that to control the Pi. But I'll play more with that and see how it works. And then the last thing, since I got my ham license, so I finally got a radio. This is the Baofeng UV5R V2 Plus, which is kind of like, I guess, kind of default cheapo $35 radio, but it works with, you know, all the frequencies that you need for local FM stuff. So just getting my feet wet so far with it, but I'm excited to come out to Hope later, and you know, I'm sure there'll be a lot of radio enthusiasts and stuff going on there, so we'll have some fun. But otherwise, that's it. So yeah, quick little check-in.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Tony.
All right.
Good to hear
Thank you
from
so much, Tony. Next up, Pedro. What's printing this week?
Hey, folks.
Hey guys, this week we got a wearable. You can see here, it kind of blends in with the shirt. So this is a Raspberry Pi Zero with the Pi camera module. So it's the what is it, version 1.3, the Pi that has like the little camera adapter thing. So yeah, it also has a power boost, 500C and a 500 milliamp battery. It's on this nice little package. I also made like a little clip to make it wearable, and there's also like a little loop so you can wear it on a lanyard.
That's cool.
So what it's doing right now is, if you see in a second, see a little red light, that is just an LED that's connected to GPIO, and every 15 seconds you can change the intervals, and it's just using the Raspberry still function and just taking a picture every so seconds. And Phil B actually put this project together. Well, he wrote some like a custom shell script so that it can save out files to the SD card. So you can do some pretty. Do you want to hold that while I show some actual stuff? So I mean, you've probably heard of like a narrative clip. It's kind of like our take on the narrative clip, which is a wearable camera. And so you could like use it to say, I don't know, to get a look at your daily activities. I guess it's kind of cool. Or you could use it to like take time lapses of clouds. So these are really nice clouds. But let's say you want to like monitor your 3D printer. You want to monitor like your Internet of Things tomato. That'd be kind of cool. So there's a lot of different things you can do with it. This is just like our simple take on it. Like, oh, let's put it in a box and put a little clip on it. So it's kind of cool. Just a really good use of the Pi Zero because it's so tiny.
Yeah.
So
all in one, which is really
all
nice.
in one. Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
the battery will last probably like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
bike ride if you go outside or something. Or
that'd be kind of cool, yeah. So you know, it works indoors, outdoors.
And it's like a lot cheaper than like a GoPro, so you build it for like, you know, $30, and then if you break it, you can fix it. You know what I mean? It isn't like, oh no, like it got wet and like it's totally damaged. You're like, oh, I'll just replace this wire or this LED.
I will say though that I printed in PLA, and when I had it outside, I did 2 takes. It like melted in the sun because it's super hot out here in Florida. Okay. And so like in another time lapse I don't have here, but you can see like the camera popping out of the case because the heat from the sun just like took it apart, man.
You should put it in front of a mirror and it can just take a photo of itself melting.
Self-destructive, yeah.
Good art project.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Pi Zeros, they're real.
Yay! All right. I can't wait till it's going live tomorrow. And we're
Yeah, we're gonna show the video tonight.
Cool.
Okay, sweet.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Next, Carter, show us your project.
Hey, Carter, unmute your mic.
Should be unmuted now?
Yeah, now you.
Okay. Okay. Slow there. Okay, so last time I was on, I showed a little program I wrote for interacting with 8x8 LED matrices.
Yep.
And so now I'm going to show you one of the projects where I actually use the 8x8 matrices. So this has got 4 of them in there, and right now it's acting like a little clock, and it's just a little wood case. And it has a Raspberry Pi A in it, because I've actually made this about 2 years ago, so it's kind of that old. But the real reason I wrote it is not to be a clock, but to be a weather indicator. So this goes out to the NOAA's REST API and just makes a REST request, and you get back XML forecast, and it parses that, and then it will show you the results in the form of icons. And then you're also going to see it on the text here. So there it is and it works on zip code. So the location is based on zip code. So sunny, cloudy, showers. And I have very simple mapping. I only have about 5 or 6 icons, so I don't do anything different for mostly sunny or partly sunny. You just get a sun, and you're done. And you can pass in a zip code on the command line, and we'll see if this works. I ran this a little bit ago, and today's result was something that was kind of unknown. So we'll see if it does that again.
Weather at Adafruit right now. Let's see what comes up. It'd be cool if it was like little Adafruit.
I got a blank.
Maybe like a thumbs up.
I love the pseudo pi. I love it. You're like, I'm tired of writing pseudo. Whoa.
There it is.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it's sad here. We're really sad. We're crying.
Yeah, that was when I went to the Cure concert.
Yeah, that was Monday.
That was Monday. And then it got sunny, and then it was raining, and then it was sunny again.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty accurate.
I like that thunderstorms. It's got this little fork coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the program was very useful, because trying to figure out exactly how to make a lightning and a cloud, sitting there and be able to one by one play with the dots, I was able to figure out something I was happy with pretty quickly. And that's
all right. Well, thank you so much, Carter. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you an SC. Whoa, what's this?
And just while they were talking about cameras, this has got an A+ in it. I put this together before the zeros came out. So this is a surplus case, and it's all in there. I'll show this at another time possibly, but I saw the camera project made me think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring that by next week for sure.
That's the Jacques Cousteau version. All right. Well, thank you so much, Carter. Well, you get at least one show and tell sticker. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send one. You can put it on the little weather station. Okay, next up, Orlando, unmute your mic and show us your project. What you got going on, Orlando?
Hello there. So I got 2 things to show. One of them is actually just starting being finicky just now. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, so one, I created a heart monitor, but I tried to take a slightly different take on this one. So there's not much to see. It's kind of a breadboard and a couple RC components and things. So the idea that I took with this one is I just destroyed it. That's not fun. Is that I made it sort of auto threshold. So the ones I played with, at least in a DIY space and things like that, usually I have to like tune the sensitivity per person. Capacitor, some potentiometer or something like that, or set a threshold in software. But I wanted to create one that was entirely hardware and that doesn't auto thresholding. And the way I chose to do this is using a peak detector. So if you ever look at the pulse sensor, the pulse output on an oscilloscope, depending on if the person's finger is getting squeezed in a finger cuff, the AC amplitude can change.
Yeah, we discovered that when we were doing experiments. Also, it doesn't work with cats so well.
Is it a Max 3100?
Yeah.
I was actually helping a student group with that one this past semester, and it was my general thought of it is it's pretty finicky. I'm not sure if I'm in love with it, but we'll see.
I'm like, oh, this is an okay sensor, guys, but really you could DIY one, almost as good for a lot less. Anyways, yeah, you continue on.
Yeah. So the idea is again with this peak detector, the peak it doesn't hold it indefinitely, so it can match with the changing. And so like you can change it with each different person without having to change anything in the circuit at all. So if I tilt my computer down a little bit, I was just playing with this just now, and it just started being finicky again. So this might get a bit difficult. But I did some LEDs with the hard output here, and so I have the photodiode and the LED here. We'll see how this works. If not, I might just have to switch to a video I made earlier. So it was just being finicky just now. So it should.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Stabilize after a while, and then start following my heart rate pretty nicely.
That's a pretty good job. Yeah.
And the thing is, again, the selling point for me is that the cool part of it, at least, if I brought this to somebody else and they used it, I don't have to tune anything.
Yeah.
It'll just calibrate to that person. And so actually,
is it all analog too? Is it all logic and analog? There's no microcontroller?
No microcontroller. That was the other plus. Can I do it without a micro? So the next thing is to make it count heartbeats and display beats per minute, again, without a micro. And using some adders and multipliers and those kinds of things. So that's kind of the next part of this. I actually made an instructable on this yesterday, and it got featured, so that was kind of cool too.
Ooh, all right. When you email support@adafruit.com, send a link, and then also put please send this to Phil, and we'll post it on our site as well, and you'll get more featured something, I guess. I don't know.
What's nice about the analog is you can filter so it's like because I was doing the pulse sensor with digital, and like you're just like, oh, well, all I have to do is low pass. Oh man, like it's really hard to do. You want a band pass from 40 to 120. It's really hard to do that on a micro, but in analog, you're like toss a quad op amp at it, and it's like done.
Yeah, I kind of consider myself a hardware guy, so whenever I can do it in the hardware, I'll do it in the hardware.
Absolutely. All right, that's the way to go.
Well, thanks so much, Orlando. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you an as seen on the show and tell sticker. Okay, so
analog corner.
Yeah. Next up,
Transistor Man.
Scott's at a factory today, and I said we were gonna.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey,
what do you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm down in Houston at Macrofab. They're a startup that does low volume stuff. And so you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see, there's a pick and place back here. I don't want to get too close because I don't have my heel strap on, which I just learned about. But what I did want to show you.
Ooh.
Panel. And if the colors look funny, it's because it's transparent solder mask. So that orange color is the copper. And these are all my designs, and this panel was actually like, why are there 5 panels, or 6 panels? I only ordered 5. And it turns out that, let me show you, there's this one, you can see it, it's got an X on it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they do electrical testing, and so we've got a whole spare panel. So when I'm here tomorrow morning, we're going to split this up, and I'm just going to give them out as basically marketing stuff. Because I have the extra PCBs, and it's the black FR4. That's what the black is also. So I spent some extra cash on the fancy colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice.
This is great. I mean, you're on the assembly line. This is a lot of the pro makers say you should go and be on the assembly line when you're starting off your company and more.
Yeah, so they were really great. I actually emailed them. I was like, hey, if I came down here these 2 days, could you wait and actually assemble? So we were actually debugging my test jig, with the people who were making it at the same time.
Yep.
Down here, and I was in person. There were issues that hopefully we worked through, because I'm doing a lot of different designs. You can see that just the layouts are really different. So
yeah, you saved weeks. You saved weeks because even if you overnight a tester back and forth or try to do some video chat thing or get on the phone, you just lost days and days.
Yeah, and that was something I learned at Google. It's just it's invaluable to be in person with somebody.
Yeah.
So I've been on the phone with them off and on for months now, and so it's really nice to come hang out with them also. And they've been really generous. These last 2 days have been lots of building, so I've seen from bare panels to all the different parts and case jetter and all that stuff. It's been really, really cool. Well,
since they were so generous with their time and helping you, if they want to send some information to Adafruit, we'll do a post about here's a low-volume manufacturer in the U.S. Just my email address or support. Just pt@adafruit.com too. We'll do a blog post because connecting makers with companies that can do stuff like this is one of our jobs because we don't do contract manufacturing. We like to find companies that could work with makers to do that. So if they're looking for a shout out, we can do it.
Yeah, this is the Adafruit floor equivalent for somebody who can't afford the Adafruit floor right off the bat, right? Like,
Yeah, well, we couldn't afford the Adafruit floor until recently either, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
all
good.
new for us.
yeah, like this is actually a lot larger. Like my first run I did with them, they do like what Oshpark does and actually like glom orders together. So even before this order, I did an order which was just singles of everything, but it still went through the whole process. So I knew that like the results of the singles were going to be reflected when I did the whole thing. Although now they have a test jig, they didn't have that before.
Okay, cool.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for.
I love this adventure.
Yeah, and we'll send you. Maybe also put a note. 2 stickers. You can give one to them, and you can keep one. So support at Adafruit.com,
Right.
and we'll get the word out if they could send some information to us too.
Yeah, sounds great. And I won't be on next week because I'll be in the air, but I'll try to be on the next week after that.
Okay, exciting
Okay.
times for you.
Telling the story.
Yeah, it looks like a Mycronic.
Yeah,
Which one? Yeah, that one over
it's a
the.
Mycronic.
Yeah, it's a
My data.
Mycronic. I could tell from the real.
The feed.
No, it's fine. It's a good machine.
Can I walk around?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's like, oh, now we're gonna look.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to it. All right, we're gonna watch this. All right, so if you pan over to the left,
Yeah, that's in my
I
data.
know I'm not going across the line.
yeah, so that's a my data. And if it's the latest one, it's a Mycronic, but before that was called my data. SparkFun has one of those.
So that's the pick and place. There's parts in there. Here's parts.
Yep.
The paste shedder.
Yep.
Oh, my data.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a my data.
Okay, so in my data shop.
That's a big AC unit.
Yeah. Washer and dehydrator and stuff.
This is the CEO.
I see you.
I see you.
Here. They're letting me wander around with a laptop in their factory.
They're like, if you cross that line now, they're gonna tranquilize you.
Yeah, you're not gonna trust them. It's fine.
They taught me. I have a heel strap that they gave me, but I don't have it on, so I'm being good.
Okay.
And then the oven is there, and desk for any hand placing that they need to do. And then these are test benches that they got there. And then one thing that's really cool about them is they do fulfillment also. So for my boards, I won't even have to like send them out to people. So this is where they store some of their stock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is like every hardware Kickstarter should just go talk to these guys.
They've had a lot of Kickstarters. There's one called Naki that they're really excited about.
Okay. All right. So Kickstarter people are good. Good. All right. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing part of the story of bringing your product to market.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I've learned a ton. Like the test jig stuff, was definitely based on your live streams before.
Oh, great!
There you go.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody watched them.
When I was doing it, I was like, yeah, I guess I could. Oh, mine's across the line, but
Okay.
yeah.
It's
Also,
the most important part.
yeah, mine are not as good as they should be, but they're a good start.
Dude, it's taken me 7 years to
It took
get
us 10
good at
years.
them.
Yeah.
Like really, the first ones I made were
You guys
very
have.
Yeah.
mediocre.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Scott. All right, we're going to squeeze in Roberto and then see Scott. Roberto, how's it going?
Hey everyone, can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I have 2 quick ones and then one live demo. So recently I've been working on getting my tools organized on a pegboard, and I took this file from Thingiverse and created, I guess I go to live cam. I started putting my tools up on just a piece of cardboard with a grid on it, and so far I got 4, so it's really helping me out, stay organized. So that was that. And are y'all familiar with Slither.io?
No, but I will be soon.
Okay, I apologize for there being an ad, but this game is so very easy to get addicted to. My son showed it to me, and this is the inspiration for my putting what I guess are worms on a NeoPixel Huzzah. And so right now there's just three individual ones, and there's a RGB, and they're of different lengths. And so what I'm doing is like revisiting C, because I originally went to school and learned some C, and then I even got to do some C++ and learned about classes and object-oriented programming. And so I'm taking an iterative approach to this, and so like this is my just get it done. One little worm walking around, and then I got a bunch of little worms walking around, and then I have oops, I skipped this one, but that one got me towards multi. And then the next thing I want to do is, seeing as how it's on a Huzzah, I want to be able to have it act as an HTTP server, and I'll send in how many worms and what color they are, so it'll be dynamic, dynamic display in that sense. And I'm also enjoying Tony D's live broadcast where I learned how he integrated the Huzzah with Raspberry Pi and Python. So that's a great asset towards the projects I've been working on. Okay, so the actual live demo is going to be a Raspberry Pi controlling the frame buffer, but I've kind of alluded to this before that recently I've learned how to integrate an actual full Java Enterprise Edition application alongside that frame buffer application. So it's running on Oracle's open source Glassfish server, and if anyone's interested, this is the one that I used, the web profile versus the full edition. And okay, so I need to start the frame buffer and show y'all that this is the URL that starts it up here, and that currently nothing is showing on the frame buffer because it timed out. But once I hit this URL, hopefully within a minute, because I don't want to take too much of y'all's time, the frame buffer application will be activated. And then I can actually go through the demo of the scoreboard. And while the frame buffer demo is, oh, see right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the scoreboard UI running on the frame buffer alongside a Java Enterprise Edition application. And I've already preloaded all of these URLs so that y'all don't have to wait around for them. So the about is just pretty much, I made this for my kid so that when we go play basketball outside, he's not cheating me on how many minutes are left in the game, or the score, more importantly, so we can know who wins. And so we have controls like to start the timer, and you'll notice it's almost instant. Well, there's a little lag on the camera, but the stop clock start and stops right with the web interface UI, and so you can increment the home score, away score and all that. Y'all see the left and right, how I'm hitting the button? Okay, cool. And it also comes with the new game, because eventually we're going to have to start a new game, which allows you to specify how many periods and the length of the periods. This is in minutes. And so when I get a new game, it resets the clock dynamically on the screen buffer UI. And that's pretty much my demo. If y'all want, I can start and y'all will hear the control, but I imagine y'all could just also download the code if anyone's interested and run it as a live demo for yourself.
That's cool.
We'll check it out. When you email support@adafruit.com for your sticker, make sure you send a link to the code too. So.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me again.
All right. Thanks so much. All right, and C. Scott, tell us how you're doing with your Kickstarter.
Well, we're into the final week here, and as you can see, I'm
so close.
Getting close. It's at 83% funded. I know some people are waiting for the last minute, like they did last time. So
eBay, they want a sniper in at the last second.
Yeah.
Post on our site, and send me a tweet to tweet, and I'll tweet it.
But sure, I threw a quick blog entry up. I finally got around to doing that. Excuse me, I'm still under the weather here. But I'm working on. Almost done with this. This is the suitcase version that's going to use the voice boards. Yep. Almost there. I moved your LCD over to the middle so it'll actually, be able to fit on the board, and it'll have a bezel cut out for the when the upper panel is installed. So people have been requesting, like, okay, here. But anyway, back to me. There. But as you know, I've split the effort among voice boards, control boards that mount to panels, and of course the various enclosures, either Eurorack or the suitcase desktop version or the 5U. Sorry, 19-inch rack mount version. But about 6.25 days to go, and that's it for me.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much, C. Scott, and thank you for showing the progress. And we will get the word out on your Kickstarter. Just let me know what you want me to do. I'll do it.
There's always like the last moment. I remember Fabienne's was like 90% funded with like 1 day left, and then like everybody just showed up on the
Dr. Moog biography. It was like hours to go and 83% funded, and all of a sudden, boom! It it got 50% over funding in that final moment. So, it's an interesting ride. So.
Yeah.
I will be on travel next week, but I'll get back with you guys, hopefully with a successful Kickstarter report.
Yay!
Okay.
All right.
Part 3, actually getting stuff done. So,
all right.
that's it.
Yes.
Thank you, Scott.
We believe
Thank
in
you,
you.
Cara. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Orlando. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Tony. And we'll do Ask an Engineer in just 2 minutes. And thank you, everyone, for being part of our favorite half an hour every single week. Someone today from Radio Shack, and we'll talk about that on Ask an Engineer, was asking about the show and tell and more. They really like it, and we really like it too. So we'll see all of you in just 1 or 2 minutes. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, folks. Bye-bye.